Yes.
Do you know any of the people on the team?
No.
Oh, can you stop taking pictures of the kids, please?
It's legal.
Hilary Duff is in the news lately for a reason I doubt any of us expected. The former Disney star has absolutely turned heads after she graced the cover of Women's Health a few days ago and absolutely shattered the internet for going fully nude while speaking about her appreciation for her own body after having her kids. The pictures are scandalous and speak to self-love, but that hasn't stopped some people on the internet from criticizing her for framing body positivity despite her having a thin frame and perfect skin. Today we're covering Hilary Duff. Tomorrow though, you decide. Let us know in the comments down below who you think we should cover on the next few episodes of Where Are They Now? And don't forget to hit that like button so we know you enjoyed this video. Let's get into it. Hilary Duff was born in Texas as the youngest of 2 daughters. Her older sister, Haley, is also an actress and they've worked together on tons of projects before. Her dad used to run a few convenience stores while her mother was a homemaker before transitioning to film and music as a producer. On her mother's encouragement, Hilary and her sister enrolled in acting, singing, and ballet classes. They started acting in local theater productions and eventually, in what I'm sure was a leap of faith move by their parents, their mother and the 2 girls moved to Los Angeles to pursue the entertainment industry while their father stayed behind to take care of his business. They began regularly acting in commercials and modeling for children's clothing companies. She also started out in minor roles in Hallmark movies and random comedies. Then she landed her first major role in Casper Meets Wendy, a film about a ghost meeting a young witch. She was then cast as a kid in an NBC comedy series, however was dropped before the show aired. Only a week later, Disney Channel called her for the series Lizzie McGuire. When Lizzie McGuire first aired, it was met with immediate positive reception, and basically overnight, Hilary Duff became a teen idol and household name amongst young people. She became one of the biggest Disney idols, and her face was near everywhere on merchandise and video games based on Lizzie. She was featured in a Game Boy Advance video game for Lizzie McGuire as well, which I played. She made her feature film debut in the movie called Human Nature, and then shortly after with Cadet Kelly, which became the most watched Disney Channel original in its 19-year history. She also filmed Agent Cody Banks with Frankie Muniz and The Lizzie McGuire Show, where she portrayed both her titular character and an Italian pop singer named Isabella Parigi. She recorded the iconic tracks What Dreams Are Made Of and a cover of Our Lips Are Sealed with her sister. Although she has released some albums before the Lizzie McGuire movie, including a Christmas album, none would be near as influential in teens as Metamorphosis. Although it received mixed reviews, it reached the top of the Billboard 200 charts in North America. She sold over 5 million copies of the album within 2 years with the songs So Yesterday and Come Clean. I still listen to these songs, they're bangers. Then in 2004, the Lizzie McGuire Show ended with the ending of Duff's contract and Disney unwilling to up the starlet's salary despite her insane amounts of newfound fame. Later that year, Duff starred opposite Chad Michael Murray in the romantic comedy A Cinderella Story, which, despite receiving negative reviews, is a classic amongst people, at least in my early 20s group, to this day. She went on to film a bunch of other movies like Raise Your Voice and The Perfect Man, as well as releasing her new albums, now that she wasn't under Disney anymore, featured an edgier rock vibe. And as she got older, she began to introduce a more adult aesthetic to her work. She began starring in movies like political satire War Inc. and indie films like According to Greta. And despite stating that she wanted to stay away from teen genres to avoid typecasting, she did appear in season 3 of Gossip Girl in a role that awarded her the Teen Choice Award for Best Television Female Scene Stealer. She also became extremely successful collaborating on clothing designs for Walmart and DKNY. As the years went on, however, Hilary Duff's leading lady status began to wane a bit. Although she remained active in movies and music, her roles didn't lead to any AAA movies or blockbuster hits. Rather, she stayed kind of middle of the pack as far as actors go. She did, however, receive moderate success for her music and the preceding albums, but not to the same amount as she previously had. In more recent years, specifically in 2019, at a convention, Hilary Duff announced that she would be reprising her role as Lizzie McGuire in a reboot of the original program. Instead of being in high school, however, the now 30-something actress would showcase Lizzie living in New York City and documenting her struggles as she became a full-fledged adult. However, in early 2020, the creator of the reboot left the show, citing creative differences, and production was halted. The following month, it was revealed that the creator and Duff were in disagreement about the show's PG theme. Duff thought it would be too restrictive when it came to showing the struggles of adulthood. Hilary claimed that the grittiness that she wanted was, quote, too real for the creators and it scared them off. She bid for the series to be moved to Hulu to escape the strict rules of Disney, and in August of 2020, the actress stated that she was, quote, optimistic that the revival would happen. But in December 2020, Duff confirmed that the revival was scrapped by Disney Disney+. Although, now that very recently Disney has decided to start platforming more adult programs on their streaming service, the question is being brought up among fans again if they're going to give the revival some more thought and possibly continue production. As of right now though, nothing's been announced. Recently though, in 2021, Hilary Duff is in the How I Met Your Mother spin-off called How I Met Your Father. She's also the producer of the show. She's also credited with having a much more graceful transition to adulthood from child star, unlike her peers Lindsay Lohan and Shia LaBeouf. Although she struggled to maintain mainstream relevancy, she has remained extremely stable personally and hasn't caused any mainstream backlash. What she is though is extremely vocal about her disapproval of paparazzi taking pictures of her children particularly. In 2014, she expressed outrage and exposed some paparazzi photographers for taking pictures of her son without her consent. She tweeted, quote, "I chose to let them off with a stern warning. Next time I will not be so nice." She also referred to a bill that was pushed by actors like Halle Berry and Jennifer Garner that prohibits paparazzi from taking pictures of celebrities' children. In February 2020, she then uploaded an Instagram video documenting her confrontation with a photographer who was taking pictures of her kids at her son's football game. She was recorded speaking to the photographer saying, quote, "I'm asking you human to human, as a mother, if you don't know anyone here, can you please stop taking pictures of our children playing football this morning?" But sadly, the police could not do anything because they were in a public space. And now Hilary Duff has re-entered into the mainstream hive mind as she graced the cover of Women's Health to speak about her self-love after having her children. The issue itself speaks about her feelings of strength that she has grown into her womanhood and the power that comes from watching her body change into its different forms to carry children and take care of them. In an Instagram post, she thanked the people that she worked with for helping her to come out of her shell. Quote, "I felt strong and beautiful and laughed a lot getting into some of these poses without my high-waisted mom jeans and oversized whatever I normally wear. Thank you to everyone who normalized this day for me and propped me up with compliments and love." In the article, she spoke about her commitment to therapy, all while posing negative and provocative yet tasteful poses for the magazine. But some on Twitter are criticizing her for touting body positivity while still looking objectively perfect. Her stomach is flat and trim, her skin is perfect, I mean she's glowing, and her body is like basically that of a model's. One Twitter user stated sarcastically, quote, "I'm so happy Hilary Duff was able to come to grips with her super hot, totally not out of shape body. Finally a win for the little guys." Another tweeted, quote, "This is interesting, although isn't it just like a victory lap for living up to Hollywood standards?" Another tweeted, quote, "Whoa, every single pic is airbrush/altered. No blemishes, wrinkles, freckles, nada. If you go out of your way to say I'm so comfortable with my image and talk about body reflection and not living up to Hollywood standards, then why post pro photo shoot with completely altered photos?" Some supporters, however, were upset with the backlash, feeling like we should be giving a platform to anyone who preaches body acceptance, no matter whether the body fits a preconceived mold or not. And now what do you think about the magazine cover? Do you think it's just another celebrity fueling their narcissism, or do you celebrate the self-love? Let us know in the comments down below. While you're down there, it would be great if you could subscribe to this channel so you can stay updated when we post our next video. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Where Are They Now? I'll see you next time.